So this is Action's ability rundown. I'm gonna start it. This is kind of rough. So, I mean, you look at the passive, this is an issue. He has 3 different passives. That's a problem. Oh my gosh. So, okay, only 2 really. The first, you've got this vein thing going on. Every 3rd attack does damage. That's does extra physical damage and gives you a shield if it's a champion that you procced it on. That's okay, I guess. It's okay for again. It's very similar to Vayne. It looks a lot like Vayne, about like Sentinel Vayne's thing. After attacking, you get the second shot, which is fine. It can be canceled. If you don't shoot the second shot, you get extra movement speed, which is... I mean, if you're CSing, that'll be like, you heal the minion when it's on low health, and it's dead. This is a lot, though. And you'll notice within this champion, there's a lot. So, let's keep going. I mean, a lot of this champion's kit makes me angry. This part isn't too bad. The design's pretty cool. The passive's pretty cool. I'm fine with this. Let's see. Okay, so we're moving into the Q now. So, the Q is the part of this kit that I like. I like how they did this. So it's kind of like Severe's Q. You're gonna Severe. Throw the boomerang, deals damage to physical enemy, and reveals enemy's hit. So if you like throw it into a brush, you can use that to face check. And it'll extend its range every time it hits. So similar to Seraphine ult, but just a Q. It can be hit once as it goes out and once as it returns. So you can put 2 passive stacks on the champion, and that'll be the 2 passive stacks. Does physical. It's nothing too fancy. This is a pretty cool ability. I like how this works. I like the name Avengerang. It gets so much worse. It gets really bad. But, like, this is a fine ability. This is a pretty cool ability. I like this. Here's the ability I have a problem with. First of all, there's a lot. It's going to be impossible for new players and people who don't watch videos and things to understand this and fully get what's going on, I'd say. So, let's just get into it. So, on your W, passively, any enemies that kill your allies, they're marked as scoundrels. And they get this thing above their head that shows the respawn timer. That's how long they're marked. The thing on top is how many people they've killed. So in this case, Karthus has only killed Senna. So that's just going to be the 1 here. And that Senna will respawn at that point, so it won't matter anymore. I think it would be fine. Here, I'll read the next part, and then I'll tell you what I think. When Akshan gets a takedown on Scoundrel, he gains bonus gold, and all the allies that Scoundrel has killed that are dead right now are revived instantly. And the Scoundrel status is taken off every other champion. That's a problem. It's a cool idea in concept. I'm going to be honest, it's a cool idea in concept. I think I would be fine if it granted bonus gold, if maybe it reduced the death timer, or maybe to increase the death timer on the the enemy that you killed. But, for example, if an enemy gets a quadra kill, and you kill them, your entire team is back. And that's going to frustrate people, right? Because your top laner's got teleport, your support's got teleport, whatever. Like, you're in this fight for the Elder Drag, and the enemy team gets a kill on your top laner and your support, and you kill that guy, then they're back, they can teleport back in, it's a problem. And then combined with the active, he becomes camouflage for a short duration, or indefinitely while near terrain. During this time, Akshan can see trails leading towards scoundrels and gain movement speed and mana regen while moving towards them. This ability is very overloaded. It's got the craziest passive that I think we've ever seen. It's got a ridiculous active. I will say the active's pretty okay. It's got that's a really wide range for the camouflage. It's got it is a camouflage. Indefinitely while near terrain, that just means he can roam pretty well. He'll roam down the river. But if they double kill your bot lane, you want to come down to the bot lane, roam down to the bot lane, kill that guy, bring back your bot lane, come back up to mid lane. That's fine. I think again, move speed and mana regen towards the scoundrels is fine if it was its own thing. I think that if this ability was split into two abilities, maybe his W and his E, I think that'd be fine. But this is just so much in one ability. And it's also got the resurrection. And I cannot imagine them taking the resurrection away from this champion, because that's clearly his gimmick. That's his thing. But I don't like it how it is right now. The mana regen is interesting. That's pretty cool. But again, it's the resurrection thing is just... That's ridiculous. To be fair, it doesn't look like the camouflage gives movement speed, like, when moving normally. So that's okay, you can't just use it to run away in lane, but... Yeah. So, here's another ability. Okay, so this is his signature ability. This is very cool. So it'll shoot out a thing, it'll collide with the first terrain hit. While he's in that terrain, he can swing around by recasting. So he can swing. And it'll shoot damage. It'll shoot bullets that'll do 80 to enemy champions. Or enemies, I should say. He can recast again to jump off and fire a final shot. And it's reset when you get a cool kill. This has the same issue, I think, as Samira did. So I think this ability is just ridiculous, because I like to play artillery mages and battle mages mid lane, and it's champions like this that make the game unplayable for me. Because they've got the range, they've got the dashes, they've got a camouflage, they've got poke, they've got resurrection of their allies. If a gank goes wrong, it doesn't matter because the jungler's back anyway. This champion is so overloaded. It's a problem because it just way outclasses older champions. Like Udyr, for example. What is Udyr going to do against this champion? He's never going to be able to catch him. If he kills his teammates, it doesn't matter. Like, he's going to get Akshan's going to get a shield when he shoots Udyr. He's going to swing away from Udyr. And it doesn't, like, Udyr is completely obsolete next to the champion. I feel like they're going to release it overpowered, and they're going to nerf it into the ground, and they're just going to leave him there. And I don't want that. But nerfs have to be made to not keep this champion the way he is. Because this is bad. Did I mention the bullets proc your passive? Because they do. It's too easy to proc your passive as well. You're just going to get in shields left and right. There's no cooldown on anything. We're going to be getting shields, you're going to be getting movement speed. It's going to be impossible to catch this champion out. This is a neat ability. Again, I think it overloads the champion. Basically, you lock onto an enemy champion, and you start channeling. You get a bullet, like a second, every second or something like that. It's not that much. That's not that long, but he stores it up. Let's see how many does it go up to? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 or so. So it'll store all those up, and then at the end of the channel, or when you recast, it'll shoot every bullet that you have stored. Yes, it's got 6, I think. It'll proc your passive twice, which is ridiculous. You can cast Hook Shot, or not Hook Shot, Heroic Swing, while this is going. This will revive your teammates. This will give you a shield. It's a cape. I don't like it. I think this could have been interesting, but with all the other ridiculous elements of his kit, like, this champion is overpowered right now. This champion is going to go the way of Samira, I reckon. And I was hoping, ever since they added Samira, they'd try to steer away from the blatantly overpowered garbage. But they haven't. And again, I haven't seen it. I can't find it on the PBE right now. It might be out on the PBE, I don't know. But right now, he's crazy. He's got everything. That's the issue. He's got everything. He's got mobility, he's got camouflage, he's got resurrect. Literally no other champion in the game has resurrection. And it doesn't even need level 6 for it. Like, he could have resurrection at level 1. He can revive his teammates at level 1, and that is a problem. Especially late game, when the timers are like 20, or 60 seconds. Your team is going to be back full after a team fight. You're going to have a full team, and their team's going to be down to 1 guy. And that's a problem. And there's no cooldown on this passive as far as I can tell. It looks like if one guy kills 2 people, you kill him. It'll revive those 2 people. And if they come back and get killed by another guy, you can kill him and bring them back again. So you could revive a teammate up to 4 times in a fight. Which is ridiculous. And you could revive up to 4 teammates in a fight. Which is ridiculous. And there's no consequences for that. This doesn't cost any mana. It does look like he's going to have high mana costs. I've seen a little bit of gameplay. There seems to be pretty high mana costs. But yeah, I think this champion's going to need a hotfix. But yeah. Well, that's the game, right?